weeks, we're back again. Kristi and Katie, your crime time friends. Stories, justice, laughs collide. True Crime Squad, come join the ride. Grab the clues, let's take a stand. For victims' voices, hand in hand. True Crime Squad, it's time to shine. Season 6, your turn, your time. True Crime Squad, where justice meets hilarity.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the... I don't know what I was going to say. To the True Crime Squad.
Did you forget the name of our show?
Well, my mind has been boggled, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. Yeah, I am here with my sister, co-host, and partner in crime, Kristi Brower. Hello.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. Yeah,
Happy
it's
Thursday. Yeah, last show of the week. And I really
Ah.
love... and this really was a listener's suggestion a while back. She actually asked for Fridays, but we just don't do shows on Fridays. It gives us some time to not do true crime, and also, our other jobs and things. But
Yeah,
however,
it's almost like we actually do other stuff, which is we do.
but however, I thought it was a great suggestion. She had said that, that maybe the last show of the week should just be funny stuff, and I think yes, it should.
Yeah.
Because the rest of it can get pretty heavy. And yet again, this week it's been pretty heavy. So we're happy to do a crazy crime show. Yeah, but before that, how are you?
I'm good. I've been down the road of Tourons.
Yes.
I'm going to be talking all about Tourons today, and I also have a very special little song about Tourons that I put together for you because this time of year, man,
hmm
and y'all know we talk about it, but the shit going on in Yellowstone, it's just every freaking year people do the dumbest stuff. And it is crime. All of it is. You can't
it
harass the
is.
animals.
Yeah.
That is extremely illegal and also very annoying to everyone who lives in and around Yellowstone Park. It pisses us off because we love our animals. And
We take
also
great
because
exception
at
to
times it's
all of
kind
it.
of funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's funny. Other times it's not, but
Like that guy
we're
that ran
keeping it pretty
last year and
light
left his
today.
toddler in the path of
Yeah.
the bison. Yeah.
Or that drunk guy that ran up and tried to fight a bison.
Last year. Oh, yeah, that was a good one. He was a
Hmm.
local, too.
Yeah, he
Unbelievably.
was. We
Yeah.
couldn't even really blame him for being a tourist.
No.
He was just dumb.
Turns out alcohol and Yellowstone, they don't mix. They don't mix at all.
No. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's been a day here. We have been moving the chickens. So the bigger chickens needed to be moved from
As
their
you
little
do.
coop, yeah, to their big forever home coop. Oh my God. And all we were trying to do is move them into totes. So Scott had these two totes, and he was like, just put as many chickens as you can safely in each one, and then I'll just pull them with the wagon out to the other uh, coop and put them in, and then I'll come back and we'll get the rest. Sure. Yeah, okay.
Best
Well,
laid plans, I bet.
also, because of the way that little chicken coop is built, he had to go inside and catch them and pass them clear over the fence to me. And I had to reach up as far as I could to get a hold of their ankles from him and then put them down in the tote. Anyway, it was a whole ordeal. I managed to set a guinea loose and a rooster, but we did catch them both. The guineas fought the hardest. They really fought hard. So,
Wow.
but they're all moved now, and now the little chickens get to take over the other coop and blah, blah, blah. It's a good thing. But, right, sound plan in theory, and yet when you're getting beat in the face with wings or a guinea screaming your face off, yeah. But while we were out there, Scott grabbed a couple of pictures for you guys because I thought you might enjoy seeing what these two are doing today. It is hot. So the pigs have a pool that is their absolute
Ah.
favorite in the summer. Sometimes they just like sleep in it when it's hot. It's funny. You'll go outside and they're just sprawled out on their side in it. But they took turns taking a dunk while Scott was rinsing out and refilling their pool. So there's Zig and Fiona
Well, that's fantastic.
having a little dunk in their piggy pool. Yeah. And obviously Nell helping out because, she needs to supervise everything the pigs do, just in case. Yeah.
Well, yes, because, well, of course she
hmm
does.
Yep. She bosses the pigs around a lot. But anyway, So that's what's going on at my house today.
You know what? All I have done is what I'm doing right now. Well, and working on 3D printing.
Oh, well.
One of you asked me today if I could print an orangutan. Yes, I can. So orangutan in the works.
Love it.
You want anything over at Fidget Whims, you let me know, because chances are pretty good I can make it.
That's right.
Which is just actually really fun.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
I love to get to do that.
Very cute. Well, I took a little tutorial online this morning about how to make a cauldron style mug out of a pinch pot. And so I did it. Mine's not as good, but it's not really terrible. I made it and I told Scott, I'm like, oh, see what you think. And he's like, this is cool. And I was like, is it? It's not like embarrassingly terrible. It's for me. So it's not, it's fine.
Why would you think it would be terrible?
Well, it's pretty lumpy. But it's a pinch pot. So they kind of are. But however, it is definitely a cauldron. So that's the perk. It's homespun. Let's call it that. It's rustic. It's homespun.
Got you.
I'm not sure what to say, except for that I at least made one, and we'll see how it goes. If it, dries correctly and all those things. It looks like comically large right now, but it's going to shrink our clay shrinks, I think, at about 14%. So it's not going to be that big, but it's still going to be big. Picture, I promise, I will, when it gets, done. Right now, it looks like a lump of clay that somebody, took their fingers to. Which is exactly what it is. But
I just think that's all I would just turn out is lumps of clay with finger marks in them. I don't have any of the skills, so I'm impressed.
Well, it's proof it's handmade. That is for sure. It's good. It's all fine. It's fine. Until I can ever figure out the wheel. Hand building is what we have.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if I'm going to figure out the wheel. I don't know if I have the control for it, but we'll find out. But speaking of control, I think I'm going to kick us off with a guy who lost a little control on his birthday.
Oh dear.
When you live in Florida, not all of you, but occasionally some of you, and it's your birthday on the 4th of July, you're really going to party hardy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Well, this guy, he took it to the extreme, and I think the thing that didn't mix was meth and his birthday and the conch train. So I wrote a song about it, and then I'll tell you a little more about it, but let's check it out.
Well, it's the 4th of July down in Old Key West. Jonathan Winslow put his party to the test. Turned 57 with a sparkle in his eye. Lit his meth pipe like fireworks in the sky. Yee-haw, he cried, let's ride the rails. Hijacked a conch train without any fails. Picked up 2 tourists like a tour guide boss. Said all aboard, I'm your conductor. Left his own car running with the rock tunes loud. Told the train folks, I used to work here proud. Asked for a tour, then he stole that rig. Waved at the cops like y'all ain't that big. Happy birthday to me, he sang on the loop as he drove that conch train through the chickens and poop. Got caught near the buoy, still full of zest. Speaking real fast like he'd snorted the rest. At the jail they found a pipe in his pants. Said it's for weed, but they knew at a glance that pipe had seen things no herb ever could. Like a birthday joy right through a meth-fueled hood. Now he's sitting in jail with a 60K bond, dreaming of trains and the tourists he con. Next year he swears he'll just eat some cake, but Florida man, some vows they don't take. So here's to the legend, the Key West delight, who took meth and a train on a
technically I borrowed it also. Happy birthday to me.
Jonathan, let's have a quick talk. You are turning 57. You turned 57. You are too old for this shit, Jonathan. Too old. And now you're in jail. Yes. He left his car running with very loud rock music emanating from it. Ran up to these little tourist trains, these conch trains, which I think are actually pulled by a gas motor, but they he said he used to work there and they gave him a quick tour and he just leaped in one and took off. But now Jonathan, he's no slouch. He's an employee. He pulled over and let tourists on and took them for a ride. So,
The fact that he like gave people a ride is so fucking funny.
this is what
People
the
are
trains
like,
look
well,
like.
this seems weird, but I guess we'll get on.
Yep. They didn't know. So, at any rate, poor Jonathan. His birthday present was going to jail. So, Jonathan, 57. No, it's time to stop.
Yeah, buddy.
Let this time in jail be a time for you to dry out a little bit, and no more meth for you, because you're really bad at this.
Yeah. Yes, so bad at this. Also, you don't get a train ride for your birthday when you're 57, okay?
That's
It's
when
time
you're
to grow
3.
up, sir.
Oh,
Yeah, the
it's
fact
so
that he
crazy.
picked people up. These
Right.
crazy people are riding on this train with this methed out guy driving it.
They have no
Can
idea.
you imagine finding out he was not the engineer?
I was thinking that too. I'd really like to hear this story from the tourist point of view. Like, how did it go for you guys?
Yeah.
I'm guessing not very good. Yeah, how did he make it to 57? It's a really super good question. Yeah. So, Kristi, I'm going to kick it over to you for you're giving us all Tourons all the time today.
This is an all Touron. Yes. We're going to start with, this is a montage video of a bunch of really dumb Tourons. It doesn't have any sound, so I am going to, will narrate for you. Well, this doesn't take much narration. That idiot actually touched that bison, and he smacked her hand with his horn. Oh no, this one's hard to see from here. Oh yeah, this is some people who were walking up the boardwalk right at the bison. That one was a guy that walked right up. Here is an elk. This is in Mammoth, where the elk herd is, and you know that guy walks right up to him. This is a woman who gets down right next to a geyser. And she's reaching in there. Yep, that's her running away, yelling, "It's hot!"
Okay, no shit, Sherlock.
There's this
Jesus.
guy getting right up to this bison,
my
getting
gosh.
gored. Here are some people walking with their tiny little 2-year-old toddler right next to the bison. Thank God the bison didn't do anything, but that's how dumb these people are. Like, what? Oh, here's, yeah, these guys, this lady filmed these guys for like 2 minutes. This is also in Mammoth. There are a lot of elk and bison Tourons in Mammoth because
Oh man.
Mammoth is a town. It's like the hub of Yellowstone. It's where a lot of people who work there live, and
it's
like
a
a lot of
very cool little village.
it's so cool. I love to go to Mammoth. And it has these big formations that are white, that are years and years of like the calcification and stuff of the hot water. But look at these guys. And this woman, I didn't use her audio, but she is like, what? Oh my God. She goes, oh no, I'm going to be a first responder. Because she's watching them. Look at how close they are. They did not get attacked, which is amazing to me how close they got. The one guy actually reaches out and tries to touch him at one point.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, this woman is like, oh no, oh no, oh no. What are they doing? And she keeps yelling at them, get back, that thing will kill you. And look at them, so nonchalant.
Yeah.
And they just keep looking at her like, whatever, lady. Now this
Ooh,
happened
right in your campground.
in a
Yikes.
campground in Yellowstone. And of course, the bison will just come right up.
Yeah.
You just stay away from them. You just
This
back
is their
away.
house.
And
It's their house.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this woman, this went on for several minutes. This is video that, oh, hang on. I got to pause that. We got to go back. This is video that the family camping next to this woman took. They watched her get gored. That thing threw her in the air 10 feet. When she landed, she was unconscious for several minutes.
Oh my gosh, she's lucky she lived.
When they finally got her to come to, she didn't know what had happened. She didn't remember it. And this happened last year, and she was life flighted here to Idaho Falls, and because she was seriously injured. She had the bison actually got her twice with a horn. And this family watched this whole thing like, what in the hell is this woman doing? Are you insane? And then had to be the first responders to help her and get her help. And she had to be helicoptered here to Idaho Falls to the hospital. Yeah, she almost died.
Still bison in the campground while they were helping her. Oh my God.
They're all right there. And if you don't get up to them and bother them, it's not like they want to hurt people, but they'll hurt stupid people. But let me speed this up because
especially the time of the year too, if they're in rut. Whew.
Oh yeah, they're very dangerous. Okay, this happened like at the beginning of COVID, and this is what you do if bison are coming your way. This is what he did. You see the side eye? Yeah, he's looking at some bison.
He's like, oh shit.
See what he does? Look at him. He's like, they're coming toward me, and I'm out of here. That's what he did. And I'm like, that is an example of how you do this. He is a reporter from Montana that covers Yellowstone. He was covering how Yellowstone was closed for COVID, and he had covered a lot of cases, like the one where the woman got her pants pulled off when she got gored by the bison a few years ago. He covered that case. And so he was like, when I saw them coming, I was out because I know what happens. I just thought it's so funny the way he's side-eyeing them.
Like, you're not tearing my pants off.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. So with that, I'm kicking the mic back to you.
Well, we've talked a lot lately about, people getting poisoned. And believe it or not, there's another one that's been going on.
Good God.
This guy is a chiropractor, or he used to be, in Alabama. His name is Brian Mann, and Brian was ready to get rid of his wife. And he thought to himself, divorce? Nay, nay. Let's do it the easy way. Poison.
Good God.
Well, being a chiropractor and somebody who was selling a lot of supplements out of his clinic, he thought this would be Simple Simon. So he took some supplements and tampered with them and filled the capsules up with lead and gave them to his wife and said, hey, take these. They'll make you feel great. For enhanced energy, he said. Enhanced energy. Oh, an enhanced immune system. You're going to feel fantastic taking this. Well, she's taking these, and she's feeling worse and worse. And at one point, she decided maybe she needed to get medical care. And he's like, I know what I'm doing. You don't need medical care. You're fine. You just need to take a rest. You're good. And finally, her mom's like, yeah, you're dying, so we're going to the hospital. Where she almost died.
Good Lord.
Thank God she did live. She had... Her lead levels were in the 80s when she got to the hospital. The safe level is near 10.
Oh, God.
She was temporarily paralyzed by the hospital because any movement could have thrown off the pressure to her brain. Her colon had to be irrigated to remove some of the lead. It took them a while to get her body back in balance and to start to get the lead out. And honestly, she'll probably have lifelong injuries from this. Heavy metal exposure like that is so dangerous for your body.
Oh, it is. Good God.
Well, once her mom had had enough of this shit and took her to the hospital, of course, Brian here was like, oh, I'm afraid I'm going to look guilty of something. So he swallowed a bunch of shards of lead trying to also be lead poisoned, but it didn't work out so well for him. The hospital knew that he was full of shit.
God.
So he was
Also lead
charged.
at that point.
Yes, and lead. So he had a cute growth chart behind him, right? So as it came out in trial, Brian had taken out about $1 million in life insurance policies on her.
Of course he had.
The same shtick as usual.
Mm-hmm.
But good news, just a day or two ago, he was found guilty. And now he will be going to prison. So he was found guilty of attempted murder. As well he should have
Wow.
been. So he'll be going to prison for a while. So Brian, I'm going to guess that you are a chiropractor no longer. Also
Maybe
a
he's
father
everybody's
no longer, or a
chiropractor now.
husband no longer, right? He's the prison chiropractor?
Yeah.
Probably.
Maybe they make him work. Never mind.
Well, he's an idiot. Thank God she lived for her sake, and I believe they have children, so
Oh my God.
yeah. He was more than
Just
willing
get a
to
divorce, you damn idiot.
mm-hmm.
God.
Well, he didn't want a divorce. He wanted $1 million. So
That is so disgusting.
Brian, you suck. Have fun in prison. I hope it's terrible.
Yeah. I hope they make you do the special adjustments.
I don't even know what that is, but I feel like I agree. Yes.
I feel like they'd probably come up with some
Mhm,
in prison. Yeah.
What a douchebag. Alrighty, what you got?
Let's talk about some of the worst Taurons that have existed in Yellowstone Park. This is not all, but it's not an exhaustive list, but it is a pretty good one. Let's start with the time that someone saw a bison calf laying on the ground and they thought it was freezing to death and dying. This happened in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it. Do you remember? We've been joking about it for years now.
Right.
They put the bison calf in their SUV. And then they took it to park rangers because they were like, oh shit, what do we do with this?
Hey, we found this.
You know, one of the things you're not supposed to take anything away when you leave
Mhm.
Yellowstone Park. You're not supposed to take a rock. Oh, might have done that. You're
Yeah.
not supposed to take anything, especially not the animals.
Weird.
They were ticketed for this, of course, because yes, it is a crime, you dumb idiots. They took the calf back to where it was found. They tried to reunite the calf with the herd. That didn't work because it had come in contact with the humans, and the herd rejected the calf. They thought later the calf might actually have been sick, and that's why it was left alone. And they had to euthanize the calf.
Yeah.
Assholes.
Yeah.
Then there's this guy in 2016. 2016 was a rough year for the park. That was when a 23-year-old man died when he fell into a hot spring. He was looking for a place to hot pot or soak in the park's natural thermal features, which, by the way, is not a thing. There aren't any. You
Nope.
can't. This guy and his
This is
sister.
not just some giant, recreational hot springs for swimming.
No. And there are, of course, boardwalks and lots of signs and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So he and his sister were at Pork Chop Geyser. And they left the boardwalk. And she took video with her cell phone while her brother reached down to check the water temperature and fell into the pool.
Oh, God.
They could see the man's body in the pool the day of the incident, but there was a lightning storm, and so they couldn't actually get him out until the next day. And by the time they got there, there was nothing left to recover.
Because of the acid.
Because it's extremely hot water, which will just boil you down to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the pools are also very acidic. It's a horrific, terrible death. But it never had to happen because don't leave the goddamn boardwalk. That's all.
It's not a joke. It's for realsies.
And then there was a California woman who was gored by a bison. This happened in 2018. She was with a crowd of people that were walking on the boardwalk at Fountain Paint Pot in the Lower Geyser area. They came within 10 yards of the bull bison. No. 50. I would stay 50 back at least. At one point, people were within 15 feet of this big bull bison. It went across the boardwalk because, remember, this is its house.
Mm-hmm.
It got agitated and charged the crowd and gored the woman, and then took off. The woman had a hip injury, had to go to Big Sky Medical Center in Big Sky, Montana. She lived. She had an injury, but she survived.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn, I did not get a picture of this. I wish I had. Then there are the signs all over Yellowstone Park. And I understand why this happens. But they are signs. And the first sign shows a human person sitting on a toilet.
Oh,
And then the second sign shows a human person standing on the seat of the toilet, pooping.
Mm-hmm. Crouching. Yes.
Crouching. They literally have had to make the seats of the toilets out of metal to keep them from breaking. And this is simply it is a cultural difference. In other countries, some people, they don't, like, their toilets are at ground level and they crouch to use them. Our toilets are not, which, as we know, is actually not very good for us. And so you just sit on them. But everywhere you go in Yellowstone National Park that has a bathroom, you will see many signs showing a person sitting on a toilet and then a person crouching on a toilet with a big circle and a red line through it. They are everywhere.
Absolutely.
So that is a problem.
Everywhere.
I don't get as mad about that because I understand it's just a cultural difference, but I am sure that the people that maintenance those toilets are fucking sick of this.
But the signs are really funny. Yep.
Yeah, they really are really, really funny. In 2019, a bull bison charged and tossed a 9-year-old girl into the air at Old Faithful.
Yeah.
There were about 50 people who were within 10 feet of a bison for about 20 minutes because stupid. Oh my God. And parents letting their children be this close to these incredibly dangerous animals. She was thrown into the air. Her parents took her into Old Faithful Lodge, where she was treated by park emergency medical providers. And she was then taken to the Old Faithful Clinic, because there are medical clinics throughout, for hopefully just regular medical things and not stupid stuff. But this was stupid. Then she was released. She was okay. But what the hell are these parents doing? Like, okay, now.
I can honestly say, taking my kids through the park, every time I did when they were little, I was a nervous wreck.
Yes.
And didn't take them to certain places that I felt like I just could not handle the nerves of walking them all the way across this place, holding their hands and, praying something crazy didn't happen. It's dangerous.
Not really that safe for little kids, especially those boardwalks around the geysers and stuff. Like,
they need to be in
you gotta make sure they don't. Yeah.
On shoulders, something. Yeah.
But standing within 10 feet of a bison for 20 minutes with your 9-year-old?
Yeah.
Idiot.
That's just blatant stupidity. Yep.
Yes, it is. Well, now let's talk about, this happened in May of 2016. This one. This is when Instagram found Yellowstone National Park. So stupid. This 4 men that were a part of an adventure group / clothing company called High on Life went off the boardwalk and walked on Grand Prismatic at Yellowstone National Park. They put up videos of themselves doing it because they are stupid.
Entitled. Believed that they could just do that. Yeah.
They actually paid thousands of dollars in fines and were banned from federal lands for 5 years. And 2 of them also spent 7 days in jail over it. And walking on Grand Prismatic is so beautiful, and it is the one that always gets fucked up. It makes me so mad. Will you pull up a picture of Grand Prismatic for me? I should have done that. Just wanted to show it to you because it's such a beautiful feature, and people need to stay the hell away from it. And when people do stuff like this, they just don't seem to get it, that, hey, this is federal offenses you are doing.
Yeah.
Then in 2018, although this also happened again last year, stupid, a man what I love is that people video people doing stupid stuff like this, and that's why we know about a lot of it because somebody else took a video. This guy decided to dare a bison to charge him. He was out in the road and he was kind of, putting up his dukes and stuff like that. Trying to get he was very drunk, trying to get the bison to fight him or charge him. And people were taking video of this and screaming at him to get out of the street. And the bison did like lunge at him a couple of times. He shockingly was not injured.
Yeah.
The way that he was taunting that bison, it's stunning. There were plenty of video of him doing that though, and he in fact did get charged.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. In May of 2020, and it was a tough year in 2020 because they closed the park for COVID. So a woman decided she was just going to go on in there anyway, where there's no one around to see her do stupid shit. She fell into a thermal feature at Old Faithful and had to be flown to a burn center.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She actually got out of it by herself, and somebody that was with her drove her through the park to find park rangers at Mammoth in order to get her help. Can you imagine how much pain she was in?
Gosh.
Because this is like major burns, scalding burns. But holy shit, I don't know. Maybe just stay the hell out.
Well, there would be no reason to approach Old Faithful. There is plenty of space there.
Right.
Like,
and it was one near it, but it wasn't actually Old Faithful. They're not even sure which one
okay.
that she fell in. But there's no reason to approach any of them.
Well, no. And again, they're very clear there about the rules and about what is safe. And I mean, you are just blatantly ignoring the rules to do that in the first place. You just are.
You are. You definitely are. In 2018, a photographer took pictures of a group of people gathered around a huge bison, just taking selfies. And the bison stood up because he was getting sick of this shit. And that's when some people were like, oh, we better get out of here. And they ran. But they were okay. Like, they got away. But they could have been killed doing that.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's Old Faithful.
That's Old Faithful. So this is a satellite image of Grand Prismatic.
See why Grand Prismatic is so amazing and why people should stay the fuck off from it?
And that's a side shot.
They've had to go in and clean off footprints in the different colors before from people walking out into it.
And the crust is really fragile, and the ecosystem of the crust is really fragile.
Yeah, these really hot environments, they have like all different kinds of bacteria and stuff in them that they can be destroyed if people just walk on them.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Grand Prismatic is the one that people are always walking out on.
Yeah, there was another influencer last year that got in trouble for doing it too.
Well, and there was a movie star too. I can't think who it was that got ticketed for walking out on Grand Prismatic. Because then they walk out on it and they take pictures of themselves doing it. What the hell?
Why?
Well, I'm going to kick it back to you. And when we get back, I've come up with maybe why people do this. I could be wrong, but we'll see.
Okay. This next story, this is about a gentleman in Florida back in 2012. Had to take a big step back for this one. His name is Milton. Milton was, he was trying to rob a Lowe's. He was hanging around where like the banana and mango trees are, which I thought was fascinating because we sure don't have that, but okay. And he was brandishing a knife and trying to do an armed robbery at Lowe's. Well, some Lowe's employees, as well as some customers, were like, Milton, not today, bitch. So they chased him. So Milton, well, he ran. And he ran next door to where he found a tall brick fence that he scaled and hopped over, thinking he was finally free. But Milton was in for quite a surprise because the fence he jumped and the place he was now at is actually, well, he stuck out there like a sore thumb. Let's say that because, well, this was a nudist colony. So I obviously had to write a song about this because how could I not? So
Why, of course.
We'll let AI and me tell the story.
And hide in a nudist colony. Milton was a fella with a criminal plan. Tried to steal some mango trees, then he ran, waved the knife at Lowe's, then hit the road. But karma came quick in naked mode. He jumped a tall fence in a wild escape, landed in a place where folks wear no drape. Cypress Cove, where the motto is clear: if you got clothes, get out of here. You can't hide in a nudist colony if you're dressed. He wore pants and a hoodie, what a hot mess. The rest were free as the day they were born, while Milton looked like a prude with a warrant. He yanked a golf cart from a guard in the buff, pulled his big knife like he meant real stuff. But every bear butt turned to stare and shout, that man's got socks, kick him out. Now nudists don't judge, they're a peaceful bunch. They sunbathe in freedom and eat snacks at brunch. But one thing sure gets their cheeks in a clench: a man in full clothes jumping over their fence. The cops rolled in, just trying to stay cool, dodging sunburned cheeks in a skinny dip pool. They said, there he is in socks and shoes, in a land of dong, he's the evening news. You can't blend in a nudist resort in jeans. You're the sore thumb in a sea of peens, while the rest let it swing in the Florida heat. Milton showed up with socks on his feet. So if you're running from the law, here's a little tip: don't crash a place where folks skinny dip. 'Cause if you're wearing clothes where they bear it all, you'll be the first one they're gonna call. You can't hide in a nudist colony.
So there you go. Now you know. Now you know. You can't
Now you know.
even do
Never
that.
really thought of it before, but oh my God, that was fantastic. Welcome,
Yeah.
Isaac. Glad you're here.
Yeah. Yeah, in a sea of peens. That killed me.
That is hilarious.
Bad deal there, Isaac. I was really curious about what happened when this went to trial, if it did. Did they have some witnesses that were like, yeah, me and Marjorie over here, we're just enjoying our brunch?
I'm sure.
Did they
Probably
make
had
them
to
wear
put on
clothes to
clothes.
court? They did, yes.
They did, yes.
Yeah, they were mad.
Oh, and
Super
Aaron
mad.
reminded us that it was Pierce Brosnan that most recently
That's
stepped
right.
on Grand Pismatic and got in trouble,
That's right.
as he should.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, that was fantastic, and also very true. You cannot hide in a nudist colony unless you
Mm-hmm.
get all nudie and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
The best thing he really could have done is strip down super quick. But I'm going to guess that most of the people there were like retirement age, because that's when they just don't care anymore about clothes at all, apparently.
That is what I have heard.
That's the word on the street, but I don't know. I have a friend that's a travel writer who actually did a weekend at a nudist colony for story, and she did the whole nudie thing, and she said she probably wouldn't do it again. But
I
also,
mean, I
she was
guess
in her
if it's your
40s,
thing.
and most of the people there were well beyond retirement age, and she was like, it was like very weird to act totally normal when that everyone was naked. She's like, you really do have to train yourself, like where to look and
Well, and wouldn't
what
you
to
just
talk about.
um wouldn't you just giggle? I would giggle the whole time. I
But
just
I'm not
like
mature enough for
nervous
this.
giggle.
Yeah.
Would be like trying to not laugh in church, which definitely I did a
Mhm.
lot of as a kid.
We'd probably get kicked out of the nudist colony pretty quick. Yeah,
We probably would. It's true.
indeed. Well, that's where it's at. But
Alrighty.
I'm gonna let you lead us out because I know you have another song for us. This is a good day.
This is a good day. I do have a song, and I was thinking about like, why do people do this? Why are people so attracted to these wild animals? So I kind of, well, you'll see. This is called Don't Pet the Fluffy Cows. You
Oh.
tell me what you think.
I'm big, I'm bold, I've got that fluff. Come a little closer if you think you're tough. Shake my horns, toss my mane. Touron, baby, are you feeling brave? But one sweet touch and bam, you're down. I'll toss you high and spin you round. I'm not your plushie sugar pie. Pet me once and kiss the sky. Don't pet the fluffy cows. We're wild, we don't allow silly tourists thinking they can play. We'll jazz kick you right away. So sit back, clap, enjoy the show. But touch us and it's toodaloo more. I struck these trails in velvet gold. My antlers shimmer, my gaze is bold. But darling, if you chase my tail, find yourself in ranger jail. Peekaboo, I'm a bear with flair, a honey-loving grump with a deadly stare. Snap a selfie, that's your fate. I'll photo bomb at 40 mph. Straight, don't pet the fluffy cows or tickle moose between the brows. We'll shimmy, sway, and blow a kiss, then chase you off a thermal cliff. We're Yellowstone seductive beasts, but keep your hands off at the very least. This show is rated W for a while. Observe from a distance. And remember, if it's got fur and sass, back that tourist up fast.
Well, that was awesome.
Sorry, my captions. I was having a hell of a time with captions today. But yeah, I thought, well, I was thinking, somebody said it's like watching, thinking about bison doing burlesque. And that's what I was thinking of.
Yep.
I'm going to keep working on this because I really wanted a good image of a bison in like a sequined red bikini and kitten heels. But AI was not quite getting what I was putting down.
But the red
and
hooves
here
were
I'll-
great. Yeah.
Weren't the red hooves great? Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna post the lyrics too in the chat because I wanted you to be sure and catch them because they are so funny.
Don't tickle a moose between the eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, rated W for wild.
Yes. Yes, this song is rated W for wild.
Pet me once and kiss the sky.
Yeah.
So good. Oh, that was
I thought it
hilarious.
was so funny. I'll keep working on it though. We'll listen to it again because I really want you to be able to see the captions. And I want a good AI image of a bison in a bikini and high heels. 'Cause
You'll
I
get
think
there.
that's funny as hell.
And we'll put them all up, of course, over on our SoundCloud as well, so you can
Yes.
listen. My first song is on SoundCloud. The Nudist Colony one isn't yet, but it will be right after the show.
Yeah, I'll go put mine up too. I just
Awesome.
thought,
Well, good work.
is this why? Are some people thinking of them this way? I don't know.
Are they madly in love with the bison?
I thought of it, wouldn't it be funny if, kind of like, hey, they're, flirting with people.
Mm. She's just not that into you, bro.
No, she's not.
They
They have very good boundaries, those bison.
do.
Very, very good.
So do the elk.
The elk, the hot pools.
Yeah.
Real
The
good.
hot pools for sure. Yeah.
I actually have several others. I just haven't gotten them all together. I did a nursery rhyme, very basic nursery rhyme about how to, not touch shit at Yellowstone. Anyway, I was down a real rabbit hole today, as you can tell.
Seems so basic, and here we are.
It does, yeah.
Well, that's what we have got. So we are planning on streaming the opening statements for James Craig tomorrow, but we still don't know when. And to be honest, I just don't know if we're going to be able to stream them live or if we're just going to have to put them up after the fact. I'm just not sure. The judge put out a big directive yesterday about what he's going to allow as far as camera coverage, and it's not much. So we're going to get opening and closing and verdict, and that's it.
Yeah.
So we'll keep updating you throughout the week, about what's happening in trial. But that's basically all we're getting from this trial, which seriously bums me out. But here we are. So I know that there are a couple of, they're only allowing one pool camera to record, and then everyone else has to tie into them. So we're working on it, and we'll probably have it. So we'll let you know in the Discord as soon as we know. But you can look for it over on our Trials channel. So that's True Crime Squad Trials on YouTube. So we'll stream it from there, and then we'll probably do a synopsis and some comments over on the main page too. So
Yep.
that's what we have got. Oh, GSI wants to know if you have a butterfly fidget.
I can make one. I don't think I have one on my store right now, but if you would like one, I can do it.
All right. Stay tuned.
So yeah, stay tuned.
Thank you,
I'll
Jean.
post it. GSI, are you in our Discord? If not, I'll post it in here next week too.
Okay. That works. All righty. Well, you guys have an excellent weekend. Take good care of yourselves. Do something fun. Go get a cookie. You deserve it. And we'll be back next week. Besides tomorrow, somehow, some way. So
you'll see it. We don't know how exactly, but we will.
Yep. All righty. Well, this has been yet another production of the True Crime Squad. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Season 6, we're back again. Kristi and Katie, your crime time friends. Stories, justice, laughs collide. True Crime Squad, come join the ride. Grab the clues, let's take a stand. For victims' voices, hand in hand. True Crime Squad, it's time to shine. Season 6, your turn, your time. True Crime Squad, where justice meets hilarity.